as I was digging and researching, like, who are these two women? Who is Shiphrah? Who is Puah? Because the Bible doesn't really tell us much about them. But Jewish tradition believes that these two women willing to risk their lives, Shiphrah and Puah, were actually Jochebed and Miriam, Moses' mother and sister. And the reason they believe this is because a well-known Talmudic sage named Rav, R-A-V, asserts that the names Shiphrah and Puah weren't actually their real names. They were references given to specific roles that midwives had. So the word Shiphrah actually meant one who cut the cord and cleansed with salts and swaddled the infant. And the word Puah referred to the one who was the whisperer or the cooer, the one who settled and soothed the baby. And so Jewish tradition believes that the midwives were called the Shiphrahs and Puahs. So the bigger picture was that God was fulfilling his own promise to free his people, and the relationship that these women had and their reverence for God. And by just doing what God called them to do, day after day after day after day, they were prepared and ready for the big test. When the test came, they didn't even waver. They were like, this is who we are. This is what we're called to do. This is what we will lay our lives down for, because there's a bigger story here, and there's a promise for our people. And you're not going to wipe our people out like this, and you're surely not going to use us to do it. It's not going to happen. And what's so beautiful about these women is that they helped to deliver other women's promises. That's what they did together. They helped to deliver each other's promises. And in doing so, God gave them the fulfillment of his promises for them, and ultimately his promise for the people. How powerful is it that in these women's obedience, it actually hastened the coming of Moses? It hastened the coming of the deliverer. Jesus is coming back. And by us being midwives and standing at our post and helping to deliver the promises and walk with women and love women and call forth the great things that God has placed inside of them, we're actually hastening the coming of Christ.